The United Nations has condemned the decision of Sudan's paramilitary group to declare a rival government in parts of the country it controls, warning it could risk exacerbating the ongoing civil war. Humanitarian agencies are warning conditions on the ground are worsening amid a cholera outbreak and hunger crisis. Let's go live to Port Sudan now, where I'm joined by Adnan Hezam, spokesman for the International Committee of the Red Cross. Good to have you with us this evening. Now, you are on the ground there in Sudan. Tell us, what are the conditions like there, particularly for those impacted, and what are some of the main priorities for your organization?
First of all, thank you for having me, and also to give a glance for your audience about the worsening humanitarian situation in Sudan. If we talk today about the situation, it's like now more than 2 years of the conflict, which caused immense struggling for millions of Sudanese who is struggling today to survive with a shortage of food, water, medical care, shelters. If I go through figures and facts, it's maybe reflect how the reality is sad in the ground. Today we talk about 12 million of Sudanese displaced. We talk about half the population are in need of urgent assistance. We talk about 80% of health facilities are no more functioning. With all these figures, it's reflecting what is the reality is dark in the ground. Through our works and also engaging with the Sudanese, what we are witnesses, and also we heard from their struggling. Can you imagine that there is millions who are flee their houses due to the violence, seeking for safety for their kids, for themselves, and some they are died in the way, unfortunately. And also, if you look, there is millions now. They are refugees in neighboring countries due to the conflict, especially in Chad, Egypt, and also in South Sudan. All these figures, all these facts is reflecting how it's dark, how is catastrophic situation, humanitarian situation in Sudan. The people in this camps or shelter, they are struggling day by day to secure food and the basic needs for them and their children. They are survive with just one meal per day. They are who have chronic diseases. They need a regular treatment. They cannot have it. With all these, unfortunately, reality, it's reflecting how its situation is catastrophic. We are, as ICRC, like other organizations who are working in the ground, beside the Sudanese, we try through our cooperation with the National Society, with the Sudanese Red Crescent, to elevate, to reduce this suffering by providing our support and assistance. Okay, with this all complicity and also difficulties and challenges, we managed during even last year to support millions of Sudanese. During the 6 months of this year, we managed to help 1.1 Sudanese in terms of water, food, and so medical care.
Yes, Adnan, can you tell me, there are two sides to this civil war in Sudan. How are your workers there able to negotiate, giving and providing the support that you mentioned, the millions of Sudanese who require that support? How are they able to negotiate that with rival factions and governments that are in control in different parts of the country?
With a long experience for ICRC to work in a conflict zone, we have this, what we call it, the dialogue with all the parties involved in the conflict. We try to raise their understanding about our humanitarian mission, and also to give a space and access for us and other organizations to, especially to the hard-rich area. Now in the Sudan, there is an escalation of fighting in certain area, in Al-Fashir, in Kadugli, where there is a need for our intervention, for our response as a humanitarian organization. However, we try through this dialogue to establish trust, acceptance, and then to secure access and also security guarantee for our colleagues to do their mission in the ground. During these 2 years of conflict, we lost colleagues either from ICRC or from National Society. And today we are celebrating this International Humanitarian Day, where I think it's a moment that we have to give appreciation for our colleagues who sacrificed their life. Now some they are detained, some they are kidnapped, and just to serve the humanity.
Yes, so we are, of course, sorry for the loss of your colleagues there in Sudan. But can you tell me, Adnan, if things don't change and stay the way they are, what are your concerns in terms of this becoming a hunger crisis?
If you talk about this, could you imagine that Sudan is considered like a food basket for the region? Today, the Sudan face a widespread food insecurity because of the conflict. The conflict make like a restriction for the movement of the goods, supply roads. With all these things, it's affected the life of people to maintain or to meet their food for the daily needs of food. Could you imagine also Sudan, most of the population, they depend on the agriculture. With this restriction to access to their land, it's also make it worse. I think if there is no speed response and more assistance providing for Sudanese, it will be more worse. If you look at the needs and also limited, even what we are doing as a humanitarian organization, we consider it like a drop in the ocean compared to the real needs. And it's not just only, Sudan is a big country. It's not just a small one. And with this population that who need our assistance, and I think there's a need for international community to respond fast.
Yes, and beyond this as well, I understand there is a cholera outbreak that's hitting several refugee camps in Western Sudan. How difficult is this, making the process to help people? And is there a treatment that is available for those who do get sick from the disease?
If we look at the figures today, like 20%, just only 20% of health facility are still working, functioning with the limited resources, medication, staff. It's also, it's worsening the health care system in the country, which I could say it's like a collapsed. With this, and then now we have this outbreak of cholera, which is now registered like, according to the reports, it's now like 1,008 deaths recorded so far. It's in a different area of Sudan. Here I will give you example in Al-Fashir, which in north of the Darfur, where we as humanitarian organization, we try to help to help the health authority to respond to this outbreak and also to respond to their needs in terms of medical care and treatment, not just only for that sake, also for cholera response. We support the one isolation center in Tawila, which is now it's like a new home for 500,000 of displaced who already moved from Zamzam and Abu Shaw camp, which is in center of Al-Fashir, and then with the escalation of the conflict there, they have been forced to leave that to another place, which I could say now this is like a journey of the melted time of this displacement for this family, and now they have suffering from cholera spreading there. We try through our intervention to support, but of course with these limited resources, even for the medical health system, for the health system in the country, and also for limited to health access, it's a big challenging for us.
Okay, Adnan Hezam from the ICRC, we really do appreciate your time. Thank you so much.
Pleasure.